it's really difficult to have this conversation because the instruction was it's an uncomfortable conversation to have with Prince Harry in the room.
So the central point here is when you look at the risk register of the charity and funding, number one risk is
Brand.
the Duke of Sussex.
Yes.
Is that your opinion or?
It is. It is.
The horse poop has hit the fan. Good Lord, these Sentebale headlines that came out this weekend, that's some piping hot tea. Let's discuss. In a dramatic turn of events, the head of Prince Harry's charity, Sentebale, has accused the royal of harassment and bully at scale in this blistering brand new interview with Sky News. It's available if you haven't seen it on their YouTube page, over 300,000 views, holding back nothing.
Really, what Prince Harry wanted to do was to eject me from the organization, and this went on for months. It went on for months through bullying, harassment. I have documentation. There were board meetings where members of the executive team and external strategic advisors were sending me messages saying, should I interrupt? Should I stop this? Oh my gosh, this is so bad.
Dr. Sophie Chandauka, a high-profile lawyer and former in-house counsel at Meta and JP Morgan. Those are incredibly impressive names of corporations on her resume that Prince Harry can't compete with, described a toxic working relationship with Harry at Sentebale. Now, in this interview with Trevor Phillips on Sunday, Chandauka revealed a series of troubling incidents, one of which saw Harry's demand cost the charity a crucial Miami venue for a polo fundraising event just a month before the high-profile fundraiser. Prince Harry unexpectedly calls up and says, hey, I'd like to bring my Netflix crew to film for his terrible polo show. But I don't know if you've ever been involved in the process of planning a huge event like that, or a fundraiser or a charity event. 30 days out, everything is typically like set. At 30 days out, it's more, you're doing your due diligence. You're making sure that everything that you have planned is in the proper place. Do you need to get your vendors any sort of upfront cash? Whatever. Does everybody have their flights arranged? 30 days out, you're not trying to find a brand new venue. Nightmare. So Dr. Sophie's like, Prince Harry calls us and says, I want to bring Netflix. I want Netflix to be involved in this charity event in Miami. Now, she says, we were told the Duke wanted to bring cameras to the event. I explained this couldn't be done without securing consent from the venue, sponsors, and guests, none of whom had agreed to be in a Netflix show. The venue then deemed it a commercial event and presented new terms. We couldn't afford them. So we lost the venue. The show went on, but there was a lot of disruption. A lot of people were unhappy because we'd worked on this for months. I don't know if you've ever been around reality TV, but first of all, the type of people that are going to a charity polo event like this, they are likely the type of people that are above the fray, that only know of Harry and Meghan, their first reality show. They either probably associate Harry and Meghan with the Oprah Winfrey interview or their first reality show, which tore into the British royal family, both tore into the British royal family. They're not going to want to be a part of that, right? And if you've been around the filming of a reality show, there are two different ways they deal with it. They either make you sign a piece of paper, like giving your life away and your image, or there's a big sign that says, warning, you are walking into a production zone. So she's right. Dealing with the high profile clientele and donors that they were likely dealing with, you're probably not going to just throw up a cardboard sign that's like, warning, you're on television. You probably want to have something a little bit more respectful, a little bit more serious to present them so that they don't have any worries or questions going forward. She also spoke about the viral moment that we've talked about a million times. I remember Rupert Bell specifically having an issue with it from April of 2024 that shows Meghan Markle telling Dr. Sophie to move on stage during a trophy presentation. It was odd, it was awkward, it was weird. Now, Dr. Sophie explained that Prince Harry had made the last-minute decision to bring Meghan Markle and Serena Williams, throwing the stage choreography into disarray. She accused Meghan of causing disruption after turning up short notice and bringing her very famous friend, explaining, "We would have been excited had we known in advance, but the lack of planning led to confusion that was captured by the international press." Also, it's interesting that like Meghan and Serena decide to show up for this great charity, but only decide to show up for this polo event after Harry decides to bring the Netflix cameras along with him. But otherwise, Meghan's busy.
At some point on Tuesday, Prince Harry authorized the release of a damaging piece of news to the outside world without informing me or my country directors or my executive director.
So then Dr. Sophie revealed that Prince Harry asked her to issue a public statement defending Meghan's behavior, which she refused to do. Not because I didn't care about the Duchess, she said, but because I knew the fallout that would follow. We are not an extension of the Sussexes. Notice how she continues to call Prince Harry and Meghan the Duke and Duchess. I think that's very respectful, especially considering the position she's in, where she's defending herself, like she's defending her entire life. And she refers to Harry and Meghan as the Duke and Duchess because she is, I think she wants to continue to be as respectful as she possibly can of these two, despite the fact that she is feeling like they're bullying her, which we'll get into in just a second. Now, she says tensions came to a head this week when Prince Harry publicly announced his resignation from Sentebale, shifting the blame for internal issues, saying that they're all Dr. Sophie. Now, Chandauka told Sky News that she was blindsided. "The only reason I'm here," she stressed, "is because at some point on Tuesday, Prince Harry authorized the release of a damaging piece of news to the outside world without informing me or my country directors or my executive director. And can you imagine what that attack has done for me, on me, and the 540 individuals in the Sentebale organizations and their family? That is an example of harassment and bullying at scale," she stressed. Now, I would say that when it comes to at scale, bullying at scale, the translation is Prince Harry is being accused of doing exactly what he accused the royal family of doing, weaponizing the media against his enemy, which in this case is Dr. Sophie, which I'm sure we talked about this briefly with Richard Fitzwilliams. If you didn't watch our Royally Unfiltered on Friday, it was a good discussion where we were like, wow, we're hearing the word bully a lot, and some of these accusations sound a lot like what Meghan accused the British royal family of doing. So that's awkward. Now, Dr. Sophie also accused Prince Harry of grandstanding and claimed he wanted to destroy the charity to later return as its savior. Oh, that white savior complex. God love him. Now, she boldly blasted the toxicity of the Sussex brand, saying in an interview with the Financial Times over the weekend, she was busy. The number one risk for this organization was the toxicity of its lead patron's brand, and said that Prince Harry was trying to eject her through bullying and unleashing the Sussex machine, adding that a review of the charity's finances in July of 2023, after she became chairman, revealed donors began leaving after Harry and Meghan left the royal family. She told Trevor Phillips she had the receipts to back up her accusations and will not be pushed around. Now, I did see Trevor Phillips ask Dr. Sophie about this. Baroness Chalker of Wallasey, basically. Now, she served as a trustee for 20 years and described Dr. Sophie as practically a dictator. And first of all, Dr. Sophie was like, "This is why we have term limits. You've been around for 20 years. Some people just can't accept change." But It reminded me of here's what I would say. I would suggest that Baroness Chalker listen to the Meghan Markle Archetypes podcast titled Upending the Angry Black Woman Myth. Because I think when you use words like that, you risk, well, you risk sounding exactly like what Dr. Sophie's accusing them of. You know, Dr. Sophie was a member of this board for like 6 years. There are people that had a relationship with her before. They knew how she worked. They knew how she operated. So for them to all of a sudden act like, oh, this is not what we signed up for. You have a history with this woman. Now, sources told the Daily Mail that accusations made against Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are highly misleading and baseless. Well, we've heard that before, to which I would reply, where there's a perpetual smoke, there is a perpetual fire, I guess. What do you think about the weekend when it comes to Dr. Sophie's sit downs and interviews? Is this the right move for her? Because I think that what she's doing is just confirming a lot of things we've heard about Harry and Meghan in the past. To quote Hugo Vickers, apparently these two aren't very easy to get along with, to collaborate with, to work with. And to hear it from such a well-respected individual who Prince Harry has, talked so highly about in the past, it does make you stop and think, what really is going on? And in that interview with Sky, she talks about Prince Harry just deciding, oh, I want my friend over here to be on this board, and I want to do this, and I want to do that. And she's just saying, like, there's no method to the madness. And he's not following the rules. We're all just like at his mercy. I think it's fair that she has goals and she has a vision. And I also read, I believe it was on page 6, that Harry's team is accusing her of hiring a couple of people or somebody and paying them $500,000 to fundraise, and they haven't done their job. But if she has receipts to show that fundraising has become more difficult with Prince Harry on board, with Prince Harry around, Prince Harry's name, Prince Harry's reputation, then I think she can fight that accusation. But I'd like to know what you think about all of this. I'm overwhelmed. I'm just like, oh my gosh, what is she going to say next? She is so confident in her delivery. She is to the point where, I believe her. I believe the things she's saying. And I also believe that she doesn't love the position that she's in, but they pushed her into it. So I don't know. It's like, it does feel a little bit like history repeating itself with Harry and Meghan having to deal with these accusations. One thing I have learned over the last, confirmed, not learned, one thing I've confirmed over the last weekend, and it's this story, and a page 6 story. The page 6 story said that Meghan throws fits over bad press and wants everything presented to her with, rose-colored glasses or whatever, but throws fits. So between that and then this story about Prince Harry calling up Dr. Sophie and saying, could you please defend Meghan against literally nothing. I mean, that video that went viral of Meghan trying to maneuver her on the stage, I thought nothing of. I know other people did, but it's not like it was on ABC News. It's not like it was on Entertainment Tonight or Access Hollywood. It really was. It just circulated around TikTok. It circulated around digital and some of the highly critical of the Sussex already outlets. So what's been confirmed to me over the weekend is that Harry and Meghan still read and listen to and watch absolutely everything about themselves. How do these two people have time to dwell in that? This is why they stay in trouble constantly. They have too much time on their hands. They need real jobs and hobbies, okay? Sitting on Google and Googling brands that you think align with you, which is what Meghan the dolphin, not the shark, told us she does late at night to find brands to invest in. That's not a job, lady, okay? They need something real to focus on. What the heck is going on with Archewell, with your charity? But yeah, because everybody's asking me to talk about 5 years since Megxit. Listen to this. Listen to this quote they gave when they stepped back 5 years ago. They said at the time, after many months of reflection and internal discussions, they decided to split their time between the United Kingdom and North America. This geographic balance will enable us to raise our son with an appreciation for the royal tradition into which he was born, while also providing our family with the space to focus on the next chapter, including the launch of our new charitable entity. What the heck's going on with Archewell? Why do I never hear about Archewell? Why do I not ever hear that Archewell's done something spectacular or amazing or good or anything new, anything creative? Like never, ever. That would be my advice. Just throw your whole life into Archewell. Between African Parks Charity and Sentebale, Prince Harry has multiple crises on his hands, and he's got to deal with those. I think it's because he's so far away, and I don't know how much he is truly invested in either entity. I think that they should throw themselves into their Archewell charity and see what they can do there. This week has been a nightmare for them PR wise, and really just totally just kind of all consumed any sort of good press Meghan was trying to milk with her affiliate links. So let me know whose team you're on, even though I completely do already. And make sure you like this video. It does great things for the channel. And if you are watching this video and you haven't subscribed yet, could you do me a favor and subscribe? That's amazing. Like, come back every day. I had somebody message me and say, I have trouble finding your videos. I don't get notifications. You can click a little bell underneath me and you can get notifications, but you have to also make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. We're almost at 100,000. How amazing. Send this video to your sister, send it to your mom, send it to your favorite girlfriend that you love to gossip to. I would greatly appreciate it. And let me know what your thoughts are on the latest Sentebale drama in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Kinsey Schofield.